Well, Token fans, I am back with another review on the third episode of my Morphin Power Rangers Recognition, which is just more uphand, just AI enhanced quality and stuff. Not really that different. Well, I can see anyway. But like I said in my first video, this is a good excuse me to just review it episode by episode. Because who doesn't love my Morphin Power Rangers? So, I talk about the third episode, teamwork. Like I said, coming off this perspective, as who's not comparing the Sentai at all, because I've never seen Kyo Sentai G Ranger at all. As I just as a right. This episode was not about a specific thing, but I'll get into that. So let's get into episode. Anyway, official fandom is pretty confusing when it comes to that. Well, not fandom. Like when I look it up, Google says it's a different episode number compared to what's shown on there. That might be the broadcast though they're thinking about, not the production order. So we're showing. So what's released on YouTube is the production order, which you can find on a lot of home media and stuff. You can watch the original version on Netflix, I think. I could be wrong now. And well, when I do eventually review the series each season, I will talk about their movies and stuff. Also, but when I get to 1995 season 3, I will cover the movie before watching season 3, obviously, even though it's not canon, because it's part of Power Rangers and stuff. Then I'll review Ninja Sentai, Kakuranger Kenten. Sorry. I also plan to catch up on Go Juja. As this week's episode sees a reunion between siblings. And Gav ends next month in late August. It's going to be sad seeing that season go, but we should be getting information on Zets later this month or early August. Either way, we'll be seeing our new Kamen Rider suit. Right, actually, it will be revealed pretty soon, actually. So when it comes to movies, when it comes to the summer movies, we'll be... they will always show off, you give a glimpse of the next rider in them, give them a cameo. And then have the Kamen Rider appear at the end of the season. The finale. In one way or another. Like how Shoma, not Shoma, like Hoto will appear at the end in the finale and gut Geets. Well, Geets is technically just watching him. Basically passing the baton on to him since he's the next rider. That's what I get for the scene. But I do plan to cover other Kamen Rider seasons when I can. The original Kamen Rider, 1971's Kamen Rider. Henshin! It'll be a bit fun to talk. Let's get into the episode. So it's an environmental themed episode. Typical. Typical 90s cartoon for kids. 90s. Typical for a 90s show for kids. Anyway. So we open the episode with Trini and Kimberly basically trying to get petitions to close down the dump site that's causing damage to the environment. The teacher, I believe this will be the first appearance of Mr. Kaplan, the teacher. Yeah, I think we're the last episode 2. Yeah, this is actually the first time we see the characters in school. It's literally the first episode we see these characters in school. And the first appearance of their teacher, Mr. Kaplan. As we see this, he's got one gag that reoccurs in every episode when he appears. But it's not in this episode, so let's keep that for now. Anyway. Boca Skull, unusual dickhead cells, making fun of them. Being assholes. Girls are not really having it. So it's really go too far this time. A little bit of Kimberly's acrobatics. She managed to get humiliated again by having their butts lodged into the trash cans. Typical Bulk Skull behaviour. It's funny. So when the other Rangers show up, they do sign, but they have excuses. At least when they're supposed to see like excuses. Jason's got a karate class, but he's meeting up with a science team, with a science club and stuff. What the hell? How am I stuck in my watch? Just odd. Anyway. Zach's excuse is that Alpha wanted asked if we can show him something. So they're pretty busy. They also have upset about this, but they understand. They do say working together is better when they work as a team. It's just not a bad message. Teamwork. You and your friends work together, and that actually works in the episode in a way. The idea of it. Now, I do not know what led to do it in the Sentai. So I don't know what the events were due for this episode to happen. But if you want to know, I recommend check out Mr. Fusion's video. He's Mighty Morphin G Rangers to see what the first Power Rangers uses. It does a fascinating topical to see which does spin a specific bar. So I recommend you check it out if you're interested. Anyway, Rita senses another plan. Hatches another plan saying this. Basically, I think she lures Kimberly and Tree to a dumpster. To the dumping ground and stuff. Get what I mean? There's only ambush by putties. As Rita ends up making a monster. Zordon seeing this, contacts the other Rangers. Reason Zach's there, because Alpha wanted him to show him some dances. Yeah. Oh, yet. What they can do it. Rita summons her new monster. Minotaur. A Minotaur. So it forces the boys to morph and go after it. And they're having a tough time when the girls do their best fighting off against the ponies. Eventually, though, they manage to take care of them. As Zordon basically tells them to help the others. As they morph, the five fight together by this Minotaur. And then Rita makes it grow big. Yeah. There's some of the Megazords. This is where we actually get original footage. Yeah, after the three of red, blue, and black, some of their Zords. when they obviously telling Kimberly and Trini about some of their zones too after they arrived. We get we get some original footage with both Jason and Zach, both Jason, Trini, and Kimberly. Well, Jason, some reason the helmet they used was very shiny. Yeah, that is weird because they. I'll get that in a bit. Yeah, we get the original footage for the first time in this episode. Since the previous two episodes used Sentai footage exclusively when it comes to when it comes to Jew Ranger battles. So this is the first time we see the Power Rangers in the costumes. Well, not exactly. This is the first time we see the suits in the original footage. And oh boy, they don't exactly match up. You can really tell because there are a lot of creases in the suit and stuff. Like they're smaller than the actual Japanese cast. The Japanese stunt actors don't wear them. They seem to get better at it in later seasons. You can forgive them for this because it's the first season. You can forgive them for this for the first 3 seasons and stuff because, you know, they're still relatively new in this. But they start to improve with Zeo, Turbo, later seasons. That sometimes use original footage. So they really do improve that. One way to tell what's Sentai footage and what's not in Modern Power Rangers is the suits, the spandex. See, Sentai always has shiny spandex, but Power Rangers doesn't. Use regular fabric for spandex. It's pretty interesting. I didn't even notice until I watched Brandon Mejia's video about the Ghostbusters and Kill Richard crossovers adaptation in Beast Morphers. I didn't even notice that until it was pointed out. So it's fascinating to know now, and I keep an eye on what's Sentai footage and what's not. Sometimes I only just has a problem with a dance Sentai. They just see one thing, and all of a sudden, I just not go with the other theme. I just ditches the other theme with it. I think I'll talk about that when I actually review those specific seasons. Yeah. Anyway. So, yep. So yeah, all the zones are summoned. Right, Minotaur. Oh, well, combine it with tag mode. But it's tough. So Zoro calls him back as he's got a good something. So yeah, they obviously use effects for this footage. The footage they use, they add effects to look like the Rangers are teleporting. Yeah, it's weird. Why can they do that before the... Yeah, obviously they swap footage around. It's pretty obviously swap some footage around. Yeah. I don't know why. Structurally it doesn't really make sense. Like, it doesn't make any bloody sense. Oh well. So yeah, as the typical character, we see all 5 Rangers in the suits with original footage. You know, fully suited as. You get what I mean? As they give you their weapons for the first time. Jason, a sword, the power sword. They are power in the name, by the way. But so where's one episode where they use alternate names for the weapons? Interesting. So yeah, Zach gets an axe. Billy a lance. They're going to be split into 2. Trini gets daggers. Kimberly gets a bow. Yeah, those weapons make more sense in the Sentai because of those characters. But hey, they're cool weapons, don't get me wrong. One of the weirdest choices though is kind of... I suppose I really think kids might be confused about this situation, but... So when I tell them back to use their weapons, they use... They didn't bother to actually splice footage together, you know, of the weapons. because we see them appear from the regular weapons from G Ranger. Just the regular one was turned into the G Ranger weapons. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. It's kind of ridiculous too. Like, what? Like, they were ancient original. Like, they look like the Sentai versions. That makes sense. That wielded by the original Power Rangers a long, long, long time ago. You know, because they were regular weapons and the Power Rangers more primitive. You get what I mean? Something like that would have worked. That way it made more sense to use the footage, but oh well. They get the new weapons. And then before you get a chance to use them, they able to combine them before using them first. Yeah. So let's just get the combination sequence. Now I do not know what they say in the Zentai. Oh, I've never seen the footage, so I should look that up actually. Oh, so they create the ultimate the power cannon, I think it's called. I don't know. So they finish off the Minotaur with a piece of play in the background. As always. See, Power Rangers have an idea what Sentai's been doing. When it comes to final battles, epic fights, they play the theme song. Of course, it's played in every episode now. Yeah. I just like how Sentai has it when specific events happen, pretty cool badass moments like power-ups or something, theme song plays. That's what I like in Sentai. Oh well. So yeah, obviously they swap footage around. You know, they pretty obviously swap footage around from the weapons and the Zord battle. Because I don't know was that really necessary? Because the monster shrinks without any explanation. I can say this is just weird. Good, but weird because the monster shrinks without any explanation. Oh well. So yeah, the Rangers will learn teamwork is definitely more valuable. Of course, there's still a mess around from Broken Skull earlier. Right, well, Mr. Captain, basically he's obviously mad. You know, asking who did this, even though it was pretty obvious it was Broken Skull, even though he wasn't there, I know that. Well, he can Skull tell him out or something. He gets called to the principal's office. I think he's the principal, I don't know. Basically saying he'll be back. So, Rangers decide to work together and clean this mess up. Mr. Captain returns, he says, "Where's the mess?" And he just said, "What mess?" Is Mr. Captain stupid or something? Because he could have said, he could have just told him, "Good, don't ever do that again, or you'll be punished." Got it? Basically a warning. I just think it's just a little off. This is not what actual school will be like. Like, this is a good episode for the weapons. But we're going to get a plot point later that's going to be a bit of a really crappy explanation, I think. Actually, I think that's in the next episode. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Which I'm going to call you. Please up. I want to see more square channel. Always good to you. See you guys later for the 4th episode. Shit, I forgot. I'll just see you later in episode 4. Sayonara.